Up next, we have a special and detailed presentation on artificial intelligence for youth. It's a joint presentation by Mr. Praveen Kumar T, Head Field Marketing Client Solution Group, India, Dell Technologies, and Ms. Saloni Singhal, Program Manager, Intel Corporation. Over to you, Mr. Kumar and Ms. Singhal.
Hello. Thank you for joining us today for this wonderful session of Future of the Campus event. At Dell Technologies, we develop tech and innovations which drive human progress. We've been at forefront leadership along with our partners in the industry, such as Intel, to develop technologies to make our quality of life, the human progressions, skill set enablement, workforce productivity, so on and so forth to the next level, at a customized level, cater to a lot of services capabilities as well, and make things easier for you. What we are going to talk about today is AI for Youth program in partnership with Intel and how it would empower lives with technology enablement right from a K-12 situation and getting the future ready workforce from your institutions as well. To take a quick look at why AI currently in this situation. AI has been a catalyst for innovation and disruption across many industries. A recent McKinsey report states that the economy driven or powered by AI will reach 13 trillion by 2030. Not only that, if you look around you, you would see a lot of things, appliances which you use in your day-to-day life, and also indirectly, the services which you receive, the technology which you receive are powered by artificial intelligence today. Now, with this advent of AI, machine learning, deep learning, and so on and so forth, there is a strong requirement for us as a country in India, which is the land of youth and land of millennials, to develop skill sets and programs for enabling our future workforce with this necessity skills from AI and machine learning and so on and so forth. Having said this, with this partnership of Dell Technologies and Intel, it gives us a great pleasure to introduce this program called AI for Youth, which actually builds up a readiness program at your campus. It could be a K-12 or even higher education, skilling for the AI edge and getting your students ready to become the next future workforce with that added certifications and various capabilities. With this, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce you to Saloni Singhal, who is actually the Digital Readiness Campaign Manager. She's empowering a lot of institutions today in India for AI readiness. She's enabling future workforce through this program. She will take us through the program, the benefits of it, and what comprises of the program itself. Saloni, welcome to this call and over to you.
Thanks, Praveen. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a great pleasure for all of us at Intel to be part of this initiative. A very good day to all the teachers and principals and all the people from the education fraternity who have gathered here today. I'm Saloni Singhal, Project Manager, Intel Digital Readiness Program, Asia Pacific and Japan. Praveen has just mentioned about how it is the necessity of the time to make a next generation ready for the future, to give them the right tools and skills so that they are ready to create a future which is going to be worthy of making our country also right on the top in the global economy. So we talked about this program, AI for Youth. AI for Youth is a program that was launched by us in 2019. And right now it's running in more than 20 plus countries across the globe. So this program that we're talking about today, AI for Youth, it's a 170 plus hour program. It's completely modular in nature. It is for the youth who's going to be the future citizens of the world. The program is currently running in more than 20 plus countries, and it takes the students through different domains, gives them a lot of training in different techniques which they can make use of to answer to the problems which they see all around us. The program also introduces them to a lot of different kind of infrastructure, which is, in terms of NUCs, in terms of a lot of softwares, which they can make use of. The idea is to give them the right skill sets and tool sets so that they can create projects and become AI ready for a future. In addition to that, as part of this global program, anybody who participates in it would also be eligible for Intel certificates, would also be eligible to participate in the different platforms that we organize all across the globe. One of the key points about this program is that it is also something which anybody without any coding experience, anybody who's non-technical at this moment of time can also take. The idea is to create an entire ecosystem in the country with the help of the schools, colleges, teachers, students, which is something which provides a right ecosystem for nurturing AI readiness in the country. The entire program is delivered in a very high-touch, high-tech delivery, which is we have Intel AI for Youth coaches who will take through these students and the teachers through the entire content, give them the right knowledge, give them the right hand-holding so that they are able to create they're able to generate among themselves the skills which are required for the future. And as I said, there's a set of labs which would be required to ensure that the students understand and do. We'll talk a little more about that in the next few slides. What we are doing in the globe, the entire globe, is something different, and what we're doing in India is slightly different. In India, we started this program in 2019. Now, what makes it slightly different is because India also became one of the first countries to introduce AI at a school level as part of the formal curriculum. And since then, we at Intel have been working with them to support the larger goal of building an AI-ready generation at each and every step. This is in sync with our belief at Intel that it's our duty to help prepare the next gen for the technological transformations that we may have, helped to bring. So what you see here on our slide is the entire journey that we've had. Together with CBSE, we have co-created a curriculum framework, which was initially made available for grades 8, 9, and 10, but now this has been extended from class 6 onwards as part of the employability subject, which means a student right from class 6 can opt to become AI ready. As of now, more than 2 lakh students have gone through the curriculum in different models. Now, created a curriculum is one part, but what we've also been doing is organizing a lot of capacity building sessions for principals and teachers. I'm assuming some of you may have also been exposed to these trainings. This is something which is very important because to have your buy-in, teachers and principals, it's important to ensure that AI becomes part of the formal curriculum, becomes part of the formal teaching and learning. Adequate handholding is provided to all the teachers who are implementing AI in the schools as part of this program. The next comes our students. So yes, a lot of workshops, AI-thons, boot camps in virtual mode, offline mode have been organized and continue to be organized. The whole idea is enabling the students to acquire the AI skills and become AI ready. Now, to support this further and get the desired results, it is essential to provide access to right infrastructure for teachers, to teach the students, and for students to practice it within the school campus. So in order to do that, government also helped. They provided a recommended list of infrastructure, which may help to create the right AI ecosystem in the country. And you can actually access that on the CBSE website also as well. Now, taking further, what is required is, as I said, to create an AI lab, just like you have a science lab, maths lab, an AI skill lab would actually help because that would become a dedicated space for students to learn and to practice and to develop projects right on the school campus itself. As of now, we already have one skill lab in Delhi, and there are 5 more that have been set up in Northeastern schools in 5 different states. Now, to help visualize, these labs, basically, as I said, are dedicated spaces for experiential AI learning, for, equipped with the technologies that are completely open source and flexible in nature. The idea is to support, the journey of a learner, your students, towards becoming AI ready as they go from AI learning to AI model training and inferencing. You'll hear a little more on, about what goes into these AI labs in the coming points. But what I can tell you is that in a very short span of time and with the kind of pandemic situation that all of us have been dealing with it, the student from the AI skill lab, which we had in KVS, and the student from the labs that we have in Northeastern states, students have actually been able to create projects, participate in national level competitions, showcase them, right? And even they've been, able to meet a lot of senior dignitaries and get their buy-in for the kind of work that they're doing. And this is a vision that we have for all schools, to empower the teachers and support the students, give them access to the right tools and future skills, and truly become AI-ready schools. So what you see here on the slide is that once a school completes, the entire school has gone through the different programs that we offer as part of Interact for Youth, they can actually become an AI-ready school. And that is when they can actually, if your school becomes an AI-ready, then you will even get a kind of a plaque, which is mentioned over here, which makes, give you an added advantage over all the other schools, all the other campuses that people may look at. Now, as a part of this journey, the students, they can actually go to the next level. So once they've gone through the program, they've created their own projects. What you see here on this slide is actually the culmination of everything that happens. So here you see the 4 projects which have not only completed the entire journey, the students have created a project, they've actually gone ahead and they've applied for a patent. So all these 4 projects, as they officially say, they have a patent pending technology. Now, to all of us at Intel, this is what we aim for, to help add on to the intellectual acumen of the country, support the students and the schools to achieve the excellence and march ahead. So what you see here are just the 4 projects that, let me tell you, but we have more than these projects. We have 12 students as of now who have a patent pending technology in their name. And this is, something which we think is the momentum leap that is required for all of us as a country. Each of these projects, which you could see here on the screen, they're actually very basic problems that are being sorted with the help of AI. And that exactly is the aim of this entire program, to give them the right skills, to give them the right infrastructure so that they can go ahead and create things which could help solve problems, not just for us as a country, but for the entire globe. So that's exactly the goal of this entire program that we have, that, and what I can tell you is that this may not have been possible without the proactive support of all of you sitting here, the schools, the teachers, the principals. Now, how do we reach here? So we talked about that this is a 170 plus hour modular content that we have here. It's divided into 4 stages, and it covers the 3 broad domains of AI: the statistical data, computer vision, and natural language processing. Part of these 4 stages, so we start with Inspire. This is where the participants are, made excited about the different possibilities of AI and discuss very pertinent issues. This is where we make them aware about what AI is and how it's already part of their life in and around them. Incidentally, this particular module of Inspire is what class 6 students are going through as of now in the schools. The next stage is Acquire, which is, again, you've understood the basic concepts of AI. This is where we take them through a little more hands-on. We make them understand the different domains, the 3 domains that we talked about, and its concepts through a lot of relevant use cases. This is definitely, this stage has a technical part to it and a non-technical part to it. And from here on, it becomes deeper into the technical part. So in experience, they delve deeper into the various domains and through a lot of hands-on technical workshops. Now, generally the participants, they choose 1 out of the 3 domains as they're going through this 4-stage journey, and they learn as well as apply skills in each of them through data collection, model training, and code modifications. Now, it depends on the facilitation team and the participants to see if they want to just go in for 1 domain or they would like to understand all the 3 domains. Because after this stage, that is what happens. They decide the domain and they work on it. Empower, as the name suggests, this is where they've reached to that level where now they can pick up any problem in and around them, put it through the entire project lifecycle that we have that is taught to them as part of this program, and come up with an interesting solution to the problem that they have chosen. Now, the difference, what you see here, it's a total 170-hour content, but the difference that you see here in each of these stages is because there are a lot of optional modules, and hence there is a time difference also. As of now, the first 3 stages is what has been aligned with the CBSE curriculum, which is available online on CBSE website also. But as I said right in the beginning, it's not just about technical skills. The idea is to equip them. The idea is to enable them and empower them with all the right skills that they require for the future. Every module has been mapped to a skill that we want the students to have. The objective is not only teach coding, not only teach technical skills, but to inculcate in them a set of skills, which is the soft skills, which are very important for everything that happens. This will lead to a holistic addition of a new skill and prepare them for a better for the future. So what you see here in social skills, it's about collaboration. It's about how they can present themselves well, how they can work together, how they can get better at organizing things in addition to the technical skills. This is what gives the entire program a very holistic manner where the child, where the student, where the future of our country, they not only get to understand the technical part of it, but also the social skills, which are very important for everything that we do in this world. With that, now I would like to invite Praveen back in and help us take us through the next part of the presentation.
Thank you so much, Saloni. What a wonderful program it is. Starting from a scratch where people don't necessarily have to have coding experience, and then taking them through an entire journey of inspiration, acquiring skill set, experiencing them, and then empowering them with the right skills as well as the social guidance required to develop AI projects and AI solutions for what is necessary today is absolutely beautiful. Now, what you also see here is just not about technical skill set. As Saloni pointed out, there are various social skills elements as well, including leadership and organization skills and so on and so forth. While you might have heard or seen a lot of references to CBSE and the school curriculum, we also realize the fact and recognize the fact that our youth and students who have already passed out of K to 12 and inside the higher education network can also be equally benefited to have a jump start on AI skill set with this program. So if you are a higher education institute and you would like to introduce this program to your campus as well, feel free to reach out to us. That would also be a part of this entire program, prerequisite, and we can help you enable that as well in your campus. Having said this, one element of the entire program talks about skill sets, about statistical data, computer vision, NLP, ethics, security, privacy, and so on and so forth, but also about the mindsets of how you develop such projects and programs and solutions, discovering the social purpose of AI, ability to draw fine lines of not making AI too much into a pitfall, but the art of making it a possible, possibilities for the future. Also building about leadership and resilience, but it also extends itself into tool sets capabilities. As Saloni pointed out earlier, it is imperative and very necessary for you to have the right infrastructure at your campus to implement this program. This is where a best partner like Dell Technology comes into play. Who else better than Dell Technologies who can help you into this entire journey of installing and implementing this program to the right infrastructure? Because we've also developed a lot of our commercial products. We've been pioneering AI-driven solutions within our commercial device for a long time right now. We understand this whole journey. And if you recollect what I said, Dell Technologies develop solutions which empower human progress. And we do recognize this program very well. We can handhold you into your entire journey, get you introduced to the Intel framework, get your infrastructure up and ready, and also empower you with the futuristic requirements and scalable requirements as well. With this, I also wanted to highlight the fact that it is just not about one device or one solution. It could be a plethora of solutions for your campus, depending on how you want to customize it. We can also build up the state-of-art laboratory like a center of excellence with AI skills lab certifications from Intel, of course. We strongly believe in one size does not fit all policy, which means you could have differential devices for your trainers, for your students. The ecosystem is absolutely necessary. You could possibly have an interactive touch monitor with a lot of peripherals, completely wirelessly enabled. You can implement this for even hybrid model, both for people who are in campus and who opt to attend programs through online as well. Having said this, this is a great program for jumpstarting the future workforce. It was a great pleasure to have Saloni on this call, explaining how Intel is embarked on this journey to make the futuristic workforce ready with the AI skill set. It also is a great partnership along with Dell Technologies, who better can actually implement this in your campus and handhold you for the entire journey. Thank you so much for taking your time out, listening to what we have to say. With the advent of AI, the future is behold for us to go and conquer. The students can be enabled to be ready for the futuristic skill set requirement. It has become a necessary for everybody right now. And if necessary, please do reach out to your nearest Dell contact for us to help you enable this whole program. Thank you once again for listening to us patiently. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar and Ms. Singhal, for such an articulate presentation on the topic. I would now like to invite Mr. T. Radhakrishna, Editor South, ETGovernment, for the closing remarks.
Distinguished speakers and participating delegates, members of the higher education institutions, on behalf of ETGovernment, I rise to formally propose a vote of thanks at Dell Technologies presents Future of Campus for making it a grand success. The summit has witnessed very interesting discussions and innovative practices adopted by the top education institutions. These best practices and technologies will come to the rescue to become future-ready institutions. For the past few hours, we had discussions over the range of subjects covering the future of education. Several distinguished speakers participated in the discussion. I once again thank you, distinguished speakers and delegates, for making the summit a grand success. Keep watching ETGovernment.com for the latest updates. We shall meet you soon with another exciting opportunity. Until then, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. T. Radhakrishna, for summing up the entire event in a nutshell. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap. On behalf of the ETGovernment team, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the esteemed speakers who took out their time from their busy schedules, as your presence and insightful content made this summit a huge success. Thank you to our audience, and finally, thank you Dell Technologies for being our partner and showing confidence in our event. Once again, thank you to all of you. Hope to see you all soon with more events and futuristic topics. Keep following ETGovernment.com for latest updates and relevant content. It's time for us to say goodbye. Stay safe.